I really went into questioning every piece. Why do we assemble this way? Why do we put this material here? This kite is really for the regular kiter.
What's up, guys? It's the Brazilian Brothers with MACkiteboarding, bringing you another very special video. We have a designer notes aspect of video with none other than Damian Girardin. We're here right next to the brand new Supermodel AFT by Reedin Kites. It is in its 7th generation, and Damian is going to walk us through its main design features. So Damian, I know that this is a 7th generation. How do you continue to improve the kite after so long? What are some of the new features that people should know about the brand new Supermodel?
Well, how do you continue is just because I keep on kiting all the time. We keep on kiting all the time. And the more you use your kite, the more you find things that you want to improve. I think last year was a big step forward. We started working with Ralf on designing Supermodel, not only the kite made at Brainchild, but also Supermodel. So the turning, the smoothness of the kite really got a step ahead. And we had been working with what we call HTF for a few seasons already. The concept with HTF was really to gain as much stability in the center of the kite, as much stiffness to hold the arc, and by having a stiffer material in the center and on the wingtips a material that was twisting better, and the twist is a key to turning speed, to turning of a kite. So it was like we had to do a hybrid leading edge for that. Now we've been testing the material that we're using here, Aolyte, which is a new leading edge material. We've been using on our wings for 2 seasons now. We've been testing with it, and the beauty of this material is that it's a high tonicity polyester weave. So the high tonicity means that when you are looking in the axis of the weave, the material is very stiff. So there's a lot of stiffness to hold the arc, but at the same time, it twists very well. It's got a good bias looseness. So you have the best of both worlds. So suddenly we didn't need to do a hybrid leading edge. We could do pure AFT, which is a high-end material that allows for the kite to be very, very smooth, very snappy, super fun to ride. Like I said, last year it was a big step forward. This year's another step forward. We've also worked even further on reducing the weight on this kite. Obviously, the Brainchild kites are insanely light thanks to the ProWell technology. Having learned that a lighter kite was that much better, it pushed me to really question even our classic construction, which is stitched. And I really went into questioning every piece. Why do we assemble this way? Why do we put this material here? And really sometimes I realized that a lot of things were maybe overbuilt. So we still have a kite that's super strong. Like I said, we've been testing this new construction for a long time now. It's super strong, but at the same time we save weight. And you may ask me, why do you want to save weight on the kite? There's multiple layers of why it's good. First of all, lighter kite's going to fly better. Less weight that's taking it down, that means more energy for you to jump and have a kite that flies in less wind, but also a kite that turns faster because there's less inertia. So when the kite's flying in a direction, you want to change the direction, it's ready quicker to turn because there's less weight trying to keep on going forward. And that translates into better jumping for you. Your kite's going to get into position quicker. You're going to snap out of the water faster, and the kite's going to just fly better. So you're going to also jump higher and glide further. So it's really adding a whole layer of performance having the kite lighter. And also, relaunch maybe a little better, but also the light wind riding is going to be better. So there's all these things that are really exciting with everything that's new on this kite.
That's awesome. And one of the features that was most impressive to me is just how light the kite is, right? Obviously, it does not have the ProWell technology like you said, but you've then taken that experience with working with Ralf to make a kite that is arguably one of the lightest Dacron 3-star kites in the market, right? So when we look at the Reedin's lineup with the Supermodel, the Hypermodel, the Whisper, and the Master Model, who is going to benefit the most from the Supermodel? And who is this kite for, and how does it compare to some of the other kites in the Reedin's lineup?
So, clearly the Supermodel is the first kite we started with, and the philosophy hasn't changed. When we started, it was only one kite in line, and the idea was it was the kite that was perfect for Kevin. For me, we ride all the disciplines. We ride in many locations. Kevin's all over the world all the time. He's going to be riding a storm day in Holland. He's going to be riding perfect conditions. He's going to be riding Cape Town. And you don't want to change your kite. You don't have to. The whole thing of changing kite to me is not really needed, because you get used to your kite, you get used to the way it feels, and you should just switch your board depending on the conditions. And the idea was like really get a kite that's versatile. It's the kite that is gonna work for everybody in every conditions. This kite is really for the regular kiter. Most of us, we do everything. We don't just have flat water every day. We don't have waves every day. We go with whatever the conditions are throwing at us. You know, when you live in non-tropical, when you're not in Brazil with every day the same wind, you live in a place where there's storm someday, there's front coming through. Wind's gonna be not the same every time. The water's not gonna be the same. And this kite really is ready for all the conditions. And that's where it's been tested. That's what it's been designed for.
That is awesome. So you've heard it from the man himself, as a kite that is now in its 7th generation, that is lighter than ever, but that has retained that Supermodel DNA with a lot of versatility as well as really good performance, where somebody even like Kevin can take it out and have a ton of fun. This kite has just gotten to the market, and so make sure to check it out at MACkiteboarding. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to subscribe to MACkite's YouTube channel and to follow Damian and the Brazilian Brothers on Instagram for more epic kite surfing content coming your way very soon. See you in the next video.
See you later.